Hello everyone, Jen at Ink Paper Rubber here, coming to you on a very hot and steamy Friday afternoon. I am definitely looking forward to the cooler weather that is supposed to come our way starting tomorrow and into next week. Have lots and lots of things to share with you today. I have gotten 6 boxes in this week. We are only going to be looking at half of them today because the others are all ones that just arrived last night or today, and I haven't even had a chance to get them checked in yet. So we'll have even more goodies coming up. Today we have items from the new Hero Arts winter release. We have new Tailored Expressions Fall and Halloween, and just some other miscellaneous goodies thrown in there. So if you see anything that you want to purchase, just go ahead and comment sold with the item name. If you would like it shipped, let me know that as well. As usual, we are happy to hold these items for you through the weekend. So we would ask that you either come by to pay and pick your items up, or else give us a call and you can pay over the phone and we'll hold on to them for you. But if you can please do that by the end of the weekend, it would be much appreciated. I think we're going to start off this morning with Tailored Expressions. We're going to see if I can get to the samples on my tablet before they go away and I have to pull them all up for you again. But then I also have some samples to show you, as well as some kits that you may be interested in. But let's start off with our Tailored Expressions. First thing that I have to show you is we got back in a couple of their new mini slimline products. I think we are almost out of about everything, and they are out of stock online as well, but I was able to get a couple of things in. The first one we have is these mini slimline Windows masking stencil for $14. You get 2 stencils in here, one with the trio of squares and one with the trio of circles. These are sized perfectly to fit their new mini slimline cards, and you also get the masks that go with those. And then we also got back in the square trifold template. This has 2 square dies with the stitching around the outside opening, and it also has 2 stencils that have the square openings that exactly match these. You can use them to line your dies up on your mini trifold card, or you can also just use them as stencils on their own. I believe we also still have a few packs of the mini card bases that we put together for you, so if you're interested in those, we do have some already made up. Also, just wanted to mention that we got in more of the foam sticky strips. These are always really popular. They are pre-cut foam strips that are just 1/8 of an inch wide, so they're good for using on your simple strips, sentiment cutouts, for shaker cards, for all different kinds of things. All right, let's get into some of the new products. The first thing that we have is a new background stamp. This one is the linen background. It is $15, and you can see it has this beautiful kind of worn linen texture to it, so a really great background behind a lot of things. Hey there, Jan. We also got in, they have a new mini slimline stencil to go with all the other products that they came out with last week. This is the Spiderweb mini slimline stencil. It is $7, and again, it is sized perfectly to work on your mini slimline cards, but you can also use it on your regular A2 cards as well. This is a really beautiful new, and I think really versatile stamp set called a Farmhouse Wreath. Yeah, you planned your lunch right today, Cindy. This one is the Farmhouse Wreath Clear Set. It is $18, and you get this pretty wreath base, and then you get these others. Those square dies, I mean, yeah, you can use them on other slim lines. I mean, they're just, squares. So they are sized to work really well with the Tailored Expressions mini cards. And I'll show you a sample, but you could use them on anything that you wanted to. This wreath has this really nice wreath base, and then it has all these other elements that you can add. You can see that there is an area up there that's left without any of the leaves on it. You could stamp any of these things up here. You could also stamp them anywhere on the wreath. You can see that there's some flowers. There's some bats here for Halloween. We have the stars, we have snowflakes, and we have hearts. And then here we also have another section of leaves, so that if you want to complete that wreath and not have the bare spot in there, you can do that. So that is the Farmhouse Wreath set. It is $18. We did get some of the Boo Caps Lock die in. This is not new this year. but we had used that on this card here, and a lot of people really like that. And so if you don't have that, that is a really great die. It's really good for doing eclipse cards like we did here. Hoping to get the Halloween silhouettes in again soon. They've been on back order for a little while. So that is the Boo Caps Lock die. It is $10. They have a new Big Grumpy set. This is the Halloween Big Grumpy, and this is actually designed to go with their previous Big Grumpy sets that they've come out with. This is the original one, and I did get one of these back in stock. This is a stamp and die set for $29. They also had a similar one that was a cat. And so what you get on the new Big Grumpy Halloween is you get some great sentiments that will fit there in the sign on the original set. And then you also get some great Halloween elements. You get a hat that you can put on the bear or the cat. You get the jack-o'-lantern, the skull, the ghost, some candy corn, some candy, and the Frankenstein bucket. So that is designed to work perfectly with your Big Grumpy sets, although you could certainly use this on its own with other things. This is a set that has stamps and dies in it. There's the dies that you get with this set. It is the Big Grumpy Halloween set, and it is $32. Here is another set that is sold with the matching dies. This one is called Pick of the Patch, and the stamp set is a single cling stamp that has all the pumpkins on the back, and it's really great because the jack-o'-lantern faces are a separate die or separate stamp. You can see it's a clear stamp, so if you don't want to make jack-o'-lanterns, you just want to have pumpkins, then you don't have to add the faces. And there is also the stamp to do the stem and the leaves on the top of them. And then there is also a die set that cuts out the two different sizes of pumpkins. So this is the Pick of the Patch. It is a stamp set that also comes with dies. It is $28. And the last new item that we have is a clear set. It is the Halloween Pennant Parade. And this is actually designed as a companion to the original Pennant Parade that came out earlier this summer. This is a cling stamp with the banners on it. It does come with some clear stamps with these different patterns that you can stamp in here to create all these banners. And now this set has some additional banners, insets that are really good for the for Halloween, as well as some great sentiments on here. So that is the Halloween Pennant Parade. It is $8. And if you are interested in the original Pennant Parade set, it is $18. The last new thing that I have from Tailored Expressions is some new embossing powder. And this is Glow in the Dark embossing powder. And that is $6. So that is perfect for all your spooky Halloween cards. So let's see if I can show you some Tailored Expressions samples here. So the first one that I have is using the Mini Slim Windows masking stencil. You can see that they have used that to mask off those squares there so that they could, it looks like they actually used the stencil to color in the squares a little bit darker, and then they used the masks so they could use another stencil around the outside of it. Here is, whoops, well, I thought I got in there in time, but guess not. All right, here is a sample card using the square trifold template. You can see it has the two different sizes of squares so that you have the windows looking in, and again it has the templates to help you get those lined up so that they fit perfectly inside of each other. Here we have Big Grumpy, and he has the Big Grumpy Halloween accoutrements on there, one of the sentiments, and all of the other fun add-ons with that. Here is two things. Actually, that background is the linen wreath, or the linen background. So you can see that's a really beautiful, subtle background for lots of things. And there you can see the farmhouse wreath. There they have done it up for the holidays. I will point out there that Mary in the center, they also had new farmhouse sentiment set that works perfectly with the wreath. It had a number of different large blocky words like the Mary there. And we actually have sold out of that. We had club last night and they really like that one, but that's certainly something, if you are interested, that I can get in for you. Here is a really great sample with the Spiderweb Mini Slim Stencil. If you're wondering how they did that, is they first colored their cardstock with various colors of ink. So all those bright colors you see there were done just on a plain white piece of cardstock. And then they put the stencil down, and that covered up some of the areas, and they added black, and so you get that really great neon effect when you do that technique. And here is a cute sample with the Halloween Pennant Parade add-on. You can see there some of the fun insets that they have for that, the spider web and the polka dots. And those little pumpkins there are from the Pick of the Patch set. And here is another sample. You can see they've used that spiderweb stencil in the background, and then there are some of those jack-o'-lanterns that they have created. And there you can see the glow-in-the-dark embossing powder, so it really does glow in the dark. All right, that is what we have for right now from Taylored Expressions. I'm going to jump back over here, and Manna has been busy this week making a few samples for you, and I wanted to share them with you. The first one is a sample for this die from 2D Designs. It's the Seashell Lighthouse. It is $10.50. And you can see here she made this really great shaker card with that. Just did a little bit of coloring on the cutout. I think that came out really, really well. The next one is another 2D Designs. This one is the Snowman Panel, and it is $11.50. And once again, she made a great shaker card. You can see she used some red mirror paper there for the snowman. I think that sample is really, really lovely. And the last sample that we have here is using the Sizzix Botanical Envelope Liners. This is a really great set. You get two different envelope liners, and then you get some additional pieces that are kind of standalone pieces. These will work on A2 envelopes, but also on larger envelopes as well. This set is $28, and here you can see how pretty those are. That just really adds a nice touch when you line your envelopes, and these make it really easy. And you can see here she even added the little extra detail on her envelope. And here is one using the other design. Also wanted to mention that we have some kits still from our Authentique monthly kit class. We still have only a couple of the July kits. If you want them, don't wait. They are $25, and they will make 2 tags. You can see this pretty tag here, and also this tag. I love how Renee did a nod to the times and put the little mask on her. And there is a shaker card. Love that one. And this one has really caught people's attention with the dog tags on here, and all those materials come in that kit. So that kit is $25. We also have kits for the August papers. They are likewise $25. This one is a shaker card that has actually some sand in there in the shaker. There are a couple of tags that you get the supplies to make in the kit. One there with the seashells. Amen. And here is another one. And then your last card is an easel card that you can make. So have some of both of those kits. Those kits are $25 a piece. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some new merchandise. We have some new papers in from Prima. This is part of their sugar cookie collection, and this one is really beautiful. These really beautiful pastel colors, kind of some pinks and aquas in here. This is their cut apart sheet, has some really great holiday images on it. This cute little snowman. You can see that there are foil accents on here. And there is the back side of that paper. All some really great vintage images on here. Here we have the cute little deer. And again, there's some foil accents on here. Don't know if you can see there on the packages. They kind of glitter. And there is the back side of that one. Just a really pretty little print. If you like the little snowman, this one has lots and lots of little snowmen on it. Again, with the foil accents on here. And the back side of that paper. And this one for scrapbookers is great, or you can cut out some of these individual images on here. Again, lovely foil accents. And here we have the Santa Claus on the back. This is another cut apart sheet. This mostly has bigger cut aparts on it. And this really pretty distressed wood in these pastel tones on the back. And finally, we have this sheet here with the Santas. We have the reindeer, some ice skates on here, and that is the back side of that sheet. I have a couple of other papers. This one is great from Simple Stories. It's part of their Winter Cottage line, and this has really great gift tags on here. So these are perfect to really quickly make some gift tags for your holiday gifts. And here you can see the back side of them, so there's plenty of room to do your to and from on the back side. And this one is part of the Bo Bunny Christmas line, but I think this is just really great for all kinds of things. This has a birch tree print on it. It does have a few other little things on here, but I really just like that birch tree print. I think that's a great background. And the back side of it is a green and black buffalo plaid. It actually has even some little words hidden in there on it. So those are some new papers that we got in. We did get in finally the last of the new Dina Wakley gloss sprays. This is her Gilt, so you can see it's this beautiful metallic gold. So these are the gloss sprays in Gilt. I believe these are around $6 a piece. We also got back in one of our favorite tools that we use when we're stamping. It is a sand eraser. It is only $4 for this little lovely, and this eraser has some grit to it, and it's great if you get a smudge of ink on your project. You can use this, and what it does is it just gently sands away the very top layer of paper to get rid of that ink smudge. A couple of new stencils in. The first one is from Carta Bella. It is called Halloween Night, and you could make some really great Halloween backgrounds with it, but I think you can use this all year round. You can see you have the little tiny dots, the bigger dots, some little diamonds, some little stars in here. This would be really great to just make a night sky background. This is the Halloween Night stencil, and it is $6. We also have a new stencil in from My Favorite Things. This one is the Rayolight stencil. It is $7, and you can see it has the sun rays, but I like this one as a little bit different than others that we've had. I like the way it looks like it's all coming down, depending on how you use it, either from the top or rays of light coming up from the bottom. So I think this is one, be great for Christmas time, but I also think it would be great to use all year round. Speaking of My Favorite Things, we have a new stamp set in from them. This one is called Boo Crew. The stamp set only is $16, and you can see it has all these really cute little kids dressed up in their Halloween costumes, and there are a lot of extras on here. We've got a lot of sentiments. We have little stars, a little spider, some candy, and that is the Boo Crew stamp set. It is $16. We also have the set that comes with the dies. So this is the Boo Crew set for $31, and it is the stamp set. And then you can see it also comes with these dies here. All right, we still got a lot to go, so let's keep moving on. Got in some new stamps from Carabelle Studio. These are not holiday stamps at all, but I just thought they were really cool stamps. They are cling rubber stamps. This one is called Flash. It is $5. There you can see the size of it. And I just really like this. It's the really bold graphics of it, just the outline of the flash, and then the fun graphic pattern on the inside of it. That one is Flash. It is $5. This one is similar. It is Arrow. It is also $5. This would be great on a lot of projects, on mixed media projects, to be pointing to different things. You can see the gears in there and the other fun things. And the last one we have is Moon, also for $5. And this is a single stamp, although you could, I suppose, cut apart the moon and the stars if you wanted. It comes with the moon and then the 2 stars on it. So that is Moon, and it is $5. Next up, we have some dies from Find It Trading. And they always have really great dies, and they're always available, I think, at a really good price. The first one that we have is just the leaf die. It is $9.50, and you actually get 2 dies with this one. You get kind of this skeleton leaf die, and then you also get the larger solid shaped die. So I think that is a great value, the leaf die for $9.50. Next up is this one that is called House Scene, and it is $10.50, and you get 2 dies with this one. And these are border dies, so it does not cut along the bottom edge, which means that you can adjust the width of that bottom portion there so that you can do some fun layering like you see in their sample. And you can see each one of these has some houses and trees, and you even get a little die that has some little stars on it. There's a little street lamp. So this is the House Scene die, and it is $10.50. This next one is really fun. These next 2 are kind of holiday ones. This is the Build a Snowman die for $10.50, and you get all kinds of dies with this. You have your snowman base, but then you have all the accessories. You have there his arms, you have various scarves, some mittens, some hats, earmuffs. This is really nice. This is even a little base so that they have something to sit on, like a little snowman mound there. You can see all different ways you can dress your little snowman up. So that is the Build a Snowman die, and it is $10.50. And lastly, from Find It Trading is this one, which is Christmas Baubles, and it is $13.50. And this one is really beautiful. It is just various Christmas ornaments, and you can see you have the different swirls in there, and this would just really make nice to kind of do as a card topper, and just do either a stamped or a die cut sentiment there in that open area, and it would be a really easy way to make a pretty card. Cut that maybe out of some shiny mirror paper or glitter paper, and would be really pretty. That is Christmas Baubles, and it is $13.50. And last from this box is a new 3D embossing folder from Sizzix. This one is called Jeweled Snowflakes. It is a 3D embossing folder, and it is $10.50. And I know it's a little bit hard there to see exactly what that looks like, but fortunately I have a sample to show you. Really pretty. I think Jeweled Snowflake is the perfect term for this. And look at all that detail. Look at all those little tiny dots in there. Just a really pretty background. I think just a little bit different from some other snowflake embossing folders that I have seen. Once again, we did one of our favorite things. This is just some black cardstock, and we used some, in this case, we used some of our gilding polish on it. This is the Pearl. I love it because on black cardstock it has a very pale silver look to it. So that is the Jeweled Snowflake 3D embossing folder, and it is $10.50. All right, now on to our last box of goodies. This is from Hero Arts, and these are all from their new winter catalog, and there are some really great things in there. I'm going to start off with some things that will be perfect for fall. This is the Wagon and Accessories die. It is $12, and you can see what you get here is you get a wagon and all these pieces cut out separately, so you can really build your wagon up the way you want it. If you want, you can just make it be kind of like a red flyer wagon, just use the bottom part with the wheels, but then you also have, so you can build the wood slat sides on it. And then it's really great, they give you the pumpkin die and a packages die, so if you wanted to fill it with pumpkins or packages, then you could do that. Lots of other things you could put in there. This is the Wagon and Accessories die, and it is $12. Next up, we have a new Bold Prints background stamp. This one is the Bare Branched Tree, and it is $15. And this would look wonderful with an ink blended background or a watercolor background. So that is the Bare Branched Tree background stamp. It is $15. I think the rest of this is pretty wintry and Christmas that I have to show you. First of all is a new addition to their stamp and cut line. And this one actually doesn't have to be Christmas, although it certainly could be. This one is Greetings From, and it is $15. It includes all of these stamps here, and then it includes the greeting words. And this is a really great font. I will show you here in a minute, but you can build up your sentiment greetings from your friend, from our home to yours, from your biggest fan. So lots of ways that you can build up this sentiment. Next up, this die is called Snowflake Medallion. It is $15. And it consists of two separate dies. The first is this pretty snowflake pattern that just cuts into your background. It doesn't actually cut out, so it cuts in and kind of frames the opening in the center. But you do also get the circle die that if you want to cut the entire thing out, you can do that as well. So that is the Snowflake Medallion, and that is $15. Next up, we have a set of new ornament dies from Hero Arts, and these are all, they don't have to be ornaments, but they would make wonderful ornaments, and they all have different words in the center of them. And I know they're hard to read backwards, but I will show you some samples. This one is the Joy ornament die. So you can see it cuts out the whole outside. It does cut out the inside, so you have the word joy. And then it includes the ornament topper and the hanger that you can use if you want. These make great shaker ornaments. And they would be really lovely to make as maybe add them to a card, but make them so they come off and people could actually hang them on their tree if they wanted to. So that is the Joy ornament die. It is $12. Next is the Cheer ornament die. It is also $12. The same concept for the ornament. You can see this one comes with a snowflake and a little bit different topper and hanger. Next we have the Love ornament die, also $12, and there is the hanger and topper that comes with that one. And the last one is Wish. Again, it is $12, and it comes with a bow and the ornament topper. And obviously, if you get more than one, you can mix and match some of these pieces together. This next die is a really fun kind of background die. It is the Christmas Lights border die. It is $20. It is A2 card size, and it cuts out the rectangle, and then it cuts this pretty light Christmas light border on the inside. I can see putting some glitter paper in there for those ornaments. Lots of possibilities with this one. This one is the Christmas Lights border, and it is $20. This next one is great for building a little scene. This is a stamp and die combo set. This one is called Cozy Town. It is $31, and you get all of these different little buildings. You get houses. There we have a church. Some of these could be little shops. And you get lots of sentiments in here. Here you can kind of, I think there's some trees that you can add. It looks like maybe some little cobblestones or even leaves on the ground. We have branches, little hills there. That looks like maybe Christmas lights you could add to your town. And of course you get dies for all of those, so you could build a really cute little Christmas village scene with it. And this one would be a great accompaniment to it. This one is called Snowy Town, and this is more of a silhouette stamp set. So you can see these are all fairly solid. The stamp set only is $16, and here you do get the different buildings here. These all have a little bit more the look of almost of a log cabin look, but you also get a pond, you get Santa and his reindeer, some trees, the street light. Here you get a little, either that can be a little path or it could be a little river. You get some ice skaters, and again you get various sentiments. So that is Snowy Town. The stamp set alone is $16. And I do also have a stamp and die combo set that is $28, and these are the dies that come with that set. All right, we're getting there, almost done. We have a couple more background stamps. The first one is called Snowflake Swirl, and this is what I call a negative or reverse stamp, meaning that everything you see in black is what is going to stamp in your ink color. So this would be great. Stamp this in various shades of blue, maybe grays on white, and you have your pretty white snowflakes showing through your background. So a really fast and easy way to create a snowy background. This is the Snowflake Swirl stamp. It is $15. And this one, I cannot tell you how much I love it. It is designed for Christmas, but I think you could use it other times of year. It is called Christmas Rose. It is $15. And you can see we do have these pretty flowers here. We have some holly and little sprigs of things in here. And I think when you see the samples, you will see why I love this one so much. This one is Christmas Rose, and it is $15. Next up, we have some new additions to the Hero Arts Peekaboo line. This has been really, really popular, and I love these two new stamp sets. And I just want to point out that these are designed, while you can certainly use them without any dies, they are designed to be used with their new Peekaboo Infinity dies. These are the sets that come with multiple sizes, in this case of squares, that cut out along 3 sides, and one side is scored so that you can make your own little flap opening. So the first stamp set that we have is just called Gifts. This stamp set is $25, and you can see that it just includes all these different sizes of packages on here, as well as some sentiments, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, thank you, from and to. And all these packages are designed to fit various sizes of the infinity dies so that you can make these packages that have a little surprise. You can lift them up and have something on the inside of it. So that is the Gifts Peekaboo, and it is $25. And the other one that they have is the Ornament Peekaboo. And this is designed to go with their circle nesting peekaboo dies. I am out of those right now, but I know a lot of you already have those. It is also $25. And again, you get all these different sized ornaments that you can make little peekaboo ornaments. You get sentiments that you can put inside of there. You get a little bow that you can put on the top of them. So this is the Ornament Peekaboo set for $25. I'm also going to mention I have a couple of their new winter catalogs that are available for sale. These are $5 each, and I'm going to show you a bunch of samples out of there in a minute, but I do have a couple samples that weren't in the catalog that I wanted to show you. The first one is from the Greetings set, and I love the way they've done this. This has the look of an old-fashioned postcard, so that's kind of the style of that Greetings. And I love how they've shadowed it with the black and done the ink blending for the two-tone look on that. And then I also wanted to show you the Bare Branch Tree background stamp and show you how pretty this is with an ink blended background and that tree stamped on top of it. So many different ways you could do that tree stamp. All right, let's dive into the catalog, because I think pretty much everything else, there are samples in the catalogs. We're going to start off with these ornament dies. You can see here what you can do with those. I love how they've stamped something behind there. That's probably from the Cozy Town set. Here they have actually made an ornament. You can make a shaker ornament out of these if you wanted to. So remember, the words that we have are cheer, wish, joy, and love, and those are all $12 each. Next up is the Snowflake Medallion, and there you can see a pretty sample where they have only used the inside part of the die and done that pretty background. But here they've used it with the outside die to actually make a piece that cuts all the way out and you can pop onto something. I also want to show you over here is the Snowflake Swirl background, And I will just mention that what you see in front of there is the new Trifold Village Fancy Die, which we did get in, but we had enough people pre-order that I am out of that. But that is something I will be getting back in, so let me know if it's something that you're interested in. But you can see what a pretty background that snowflake swirl makes. Here are some samples with the Christmas lights border, different ways to do that. And here is that wagon. You can see here that they have filled it up with pumpkins, but here they have used other things. They put some packages in there with the cute little puppy. So all kinds of things you could fill your little wagon with. Here are some samples with the new Peekaboo. There is the packages, and you can see that they have cut that out, although they don't show a sample with it popped up. But here's the ornaments, and I think you can see here how that one will pop up, and here you can see where they have stamped the sentiment on the inside. It also looks like that top one pops up, so you don't have to have all of them cut out. You can have just a couple of them and have a really fun look. Here are some samples with Cozy Town, with all those houses. And here are some samples with Snowy Town. Two really, really different looks you can get with both of those. There they've turned that into a road going up to the cabin. But like I say, I think that could also be a little river that they could be skating on. And just wanted to show you this last one here is another sample that is using that Christmas lights border, but they just cut it off and only use parts of it, so you don't have to use the whole thing if you don't want to. And here are some more samples with our backgrounds. Again, this is the Snowflake Swirl. Don't have to do it in blues. Look how pretty it is in the pink color, and there you can see the joy ornament on that background. And then this is the Christmas rose background, and I love this. All of these were done on dark paper. Looks like they did either gold or white embossing, and it kind of looks like that may be some colored pencil coloring in there, but really beautiful. This one in particular, not all that much additional color was added to it, just a little bit, but that gold on the blue I think is really, really gorgeous. All right, so that is it. As I mentioned, I have 3 other boxes. Not really sure when I'm going to get to those. You know, I will let you know when I do. In the meantime, go back and rewatch. If there's anything that you're interested in, just let me know. Again, I just ask that you either come by and pay and pick up this weekend, or if you can't make it in, give us a call and you can pay over the phone and we'll be happy to hold on to it for you. All right, that is going to do it for today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.